So it's always a little bit nerve-wracking to come here and see what is the condition of the house, of the land, everything. Is there any new surprises? Like last year there were some mouse holes. The mouse had digged here through the soft wall, and they were between the garage ceiling and the top floor. And this is a bad area here, because all the water is kind of accumulating here, and the wall is getting wet, it's getting soft. So this is going to need a French drain. Well, in fact, around the whole house we need to do a French drain to leave the water away. I would prefer it to go down to the fields to benefit the trees. I hope this time nothing really, no big surprises, nothing bad. Just a lot of trash, dead pine needles coming out from the trees, so the yard needs some clear up. So next I want to go and take a look how the olive harvest and almond harvest are going to look like. Are we going to get any harvest this year? And also the fig tree. Past couple of days there's been heavy rains here in this area, so we can still see the water here in the fields. It's quite positive, but if we want to harvest any almonds, I mean, of course they should be dry. I thought we are not going to get anything this year, but it looks like we might get something. Another story is, are they ready for harvest? This is completely split. And when it's split, so when the almond has split, when the soft hull has split, it's ready. It's ready for harvesting. Of course you can't wait that all the hulls are splitting, because then there will be a large amount going to rot and bad already, overdried. But this is perfectly ripe. Of course this still needs to, this shell needs to be cracked to reveal the almond itself. But yeah, it's kind of looking good. We're actually getting some almonds this year. This tree here is deceased. It has, I'm not sure is this bacterial or fungal, but it's called canker. I don't know how to pronounce it, canker. Sometimes this type of canker comes from the tree shaking machines. We know that the previous owner, or the farmer who was working for him, the farmer was using the almond tree shakers for the harvest, and many of the trees here actually have the shaker damaged, like a deep wound in the trunk, and those deep wounds, they get very easily infected by fungus or bacteria, which is carried by wind, and then usually if it's very rainy after the harvest, that's making it worse. The fungus, the bacteria, they really start to have parties here. There's been already almonds falling from the tree, and the way how they look, I think there's been wild boar having parties again. They've been feasting with the almonds. Oh my god, this is really exciting. I've been waiting to see olives. Last year we didn't get any olives. There was no olives in the trees at all. Probably because they were dormant. So it's really exciting to see these beauties here. Look at this. And there is no signs of olive fly so far, which is a relief. But I'm wondering whether we should put traps now if we want to come here later for the harvest. Okay, this almond tree looks really bad. This is really badly infected. So when it's infected, it's kind of with the canker. It's like secreting some kind of like a gum, orange, slightly orange colored gum, because it's kind of trying to heal wounds. Oh, jeez, it looks nasty, disgusting. We are going to mark trees what we need to put down, because there is always the risk that the fungus or the bacteria will spread with the wind and rain to other trees. So even though this tree has been carrying fruit, there is some almonds there. Some almonds already came down. But this tree, the trunk looks so bad that very unlikely it would recover from this. This is going to die. It's also losing the leaves, so probably need to mark this as a dead one. Oh, this doesn't look good. This is our fig tree, the big fig tree that I was pruning last year. We will take a lot of dead branches out, but this is also, it's diseased. There is some kind of, I don't know what this is called, but it has basically lost all the leaves. It hasn't developed any leaves. No fruits whatsoever. Shit. I think this tree is completely dead. We were lucky to get fruits last year. So what are you doing here? Filling up a new toilet? Okay, lovely. And yeah, we have the tent, toilet, come shower tent, where we are going to put this inside. So this has a tank. There's a water tank for flushing, and then there is the holding tank. We just need to find a place where we are going to empty the content when the tank is full. We need to dig a little ditch hole somewhere there on the edge of the upper field, maybe. We got this from Amazon. How much this was? This was about 70 pounds. 70 British pounds. So I want to show you our kitchen setup here in our off-grid Finca. So what off-grid means here is we don't have main utilities connected here. We are very far from the grid, electricity, water, sewage. All these are very far away. We talk about over a kilometer. So this is purely going to be off-grid. We will produce our own electricity with solar panels, and maybe we consider also some kind of wind turbine system, because it's really windy here in the valley. And domestic water for washing dishes, taking a shower, laundry, that will come from like a municipal water collection point. We just need to get a big tank to uphill. And drinking water, well, as many other people in Spain do, they buy it from the shop, from the store. That of course it means more plastic waste, so I'm quite conscious about that. So maybe in the future we'll try to investigate the possibilities for doing a borehole or a well here in the Finca. So okay, but this was this was about kitchen, what I want to say. So yeah, we have 2 solar panels and we get enough electricity to run a small fridge and fan and lights and microwave. And the cooking usually happens here. We have a little gas stove for 2 pots. This is from Decathlon. And we have a big gas bottle, propane. You can see these big propane bottles everywhere in Spain on the gas stations. They sell the bottles there. And I'm not actually sure. I think this is, you can't refill this one. You return the old one and you buy the new one. I believe that's how the system goes, because this is our first gas bottle. It's huge and we haven't been here that much, so we still have a lot of gas left here. So that's how the kitchen and cooking systems, how they work. And for dishwashing, we have this really handy mini kitchen from IKEA. I think this was about 100 euros, 120 euros.
Follow the instructions in UP Security app to set up the system.
Nice. So we have also a security system here, which is run by the solar panels, but there is something wrong with the Wi-Fi now. So the security system keeps on introducing itself now every 5 minutes or so. We will fix it soon. Yeah, so this mini kitchen from IKEA, about 100 euros, 120 euros. So you could basically connect this to the sewer if there was any kind of sewer system, but we are just running the grey water to a bucket and emptying it outside. But this is really handy one. It has hooks and little holder shelves for the pots and for the utensils and everything. So some of the olive pruning done today. So I've been pruning the suckers from the trees which are not bearing fruit. So suckers which are growing from the ground or from the old stump or right there in the trunk. Our pine trees are also getting some trimming, not just the olive trees. So anything new here? Well, some sort of toilet. We got this tent. We bought it from, I think it was from Amazon. And we have a portable toilet with a tank. So now we have a nice outhouse here. No need to go to bushes. Time to go to the field and start working. So the agenda of the morning is to continue pruning the suckers from the olive trees. And now I'm going to the upper fields. I don't remember how many olive trees we exactly have. I think it was closer to 100 or something. And I've only gone through like 20 of them. So a lot of work to be done. Listen to the sound of silence. I can only hear birds. an airplane somewhere far, far away. So for the pruning, this time of the year when the trees are bearing the fruit, oh, I have something in my cap, sorry. This time of the year we can only prune the suckers below where the tree is growing the branches, only on a trunk level or in a root level. And the rest of the pruning can be done only in the winter, after the harvest, when the tree is dormant. Cut. We found the dump yards in our farm, right next to the house. So it's this little mound here. I was always thinking about it. It looks unnatural, like someone been dumping soil there, earth there. It's next to the driveway to the house. And I've seen that there's been like some glass bottles or something. I thought that someone has thrown them from the car here. Maybe yes. Today we climbed up and we got 4 full bags of all kind of junk, probably from the starting from 1950s when the Finca was constructed. Based on the findings, based on the shoes what I found, pretty rusty old oil can. Very, very super rusty tins. And this metal tool which looks like it's the old-fashioned olive comb for olive harvesting. Like super rusty tins. And even some fabric. Some old clothes. Shrubs and grass has been already growing through them. Yeah. In front of our doorstep. In those days people didn't really care about. They didn't know any better. So this was their landfill for the house. toilet pit or something.
تحت الزراعة هذا ولا ايش؟ لا هذا بشوي ما بحبه.